Palm Coast, Florida, which is the Hammock Dunes Resort. Beautiful place. And we've met some beautiful people here. In fact, we have with us Edgar Shaw. How are you doing?
Doing fine.
Great. Came all the way down from Philadelphia. And, tell us about you. You have this awesome book out, and you've got some research that people really need to see. Tell us about it.
Yes, I have a book out now. Titled, actually, is in the second revision of the book. It originally came out 2004, and now again in June of 2010. The book deals with civilization, starting from the very beginning of time, where God had gave Moses the initial 5 books of the Bible, and it starts out in Ethiopia, where many people throughout the country are not aware that the land and region and where man was put in place was in the land of Africa. So the Lord had allowed me to prepare this book back in 2004, which is when it came out, and since then it's just been doing very well. The second edition now is out, is doing very well also. So I'm just delightful to be here on the program to explain how this book has really touched many lives throughout this nation.
Okay. Now, you did a workshop for us, and there was a very deep passion that came out when you talked about it. And I know sometimes we don't grasp the hold of what our roots are, where they came from. So, from your perspective, tell us why it's so important that we understand what all this means to us.
Yes, actually it means so much because over a long period of time, a couple centuries ago, people were not educated. And therefore, not being educated, there's sound information that has technically been left out, where people need to go to it. Just like when you later in life find a new discovery. And when you actually see that, you're amazed by that discovery, and then you become having an itch to resurface or come back to a point to learn. And that is the importance now for people to understand the history of the Bible, because it's been obviously overlooked in many areas.
It has been, and we can even kind of relate a lot of stuff in the Bible to what we've seen even in civil rights. So it's like that pattern of things that continue on. And from some of the things that you've seen, what would you say are some of those patterns? I know one of them was disobedience. We talked about that in the workshop.
Yes, disobedience, failure to work with one another in terms as listening to authority, which is essential, because without listening to those who are above, we get to a point where we fall down. And sometimes with that, we obviously don't recognize the authority and the importance to be able to go further. The importance is that the Lord placed these leaders in place. And without those leaders, we will not get past the journeys that we must travel.
Okay. Now, and I know we don't have too much longer. I don't want to go too far over, but just tell me a little bit about that passion.
Yeah.
What pulled you into this in the first place?
Well, that's a good question. I think that being the person that God made me, see, understand this, everyone is not made the same, and some are different than others. I truly believe that as the Lord had given me some type of inner strength, drew me to a point where I wanted to apply myself towards Him, which evidently led for me to have the passion, because you have to have the zeal to have the passion.
Right.
So the two of them worked hand in hand, so it just made it work successfully for me.
Okay. Now you're open for people to bring you in so you can talk to them a little bit more about this. Tell them how they can get in contact with you and how does it all work?
Yes, well, they can get in touch with me through my website, which is edgarshaw.com. Also, they can write to me, which actually under Christ Missionary Crusade Fellowship Church, which I am the pastor and founder, located at 33070 Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, zip code 19142. That's where we're located, and you'll be able to reach me. Also, Universal Christian Ministries, which I'm also founder and president of that. Same location. And there's another address that they can reach me, which is a street address, 3901 Market Street, Philadelphia, PA, 19139.
Okay. And I just want to throw this in. The man of God, he's so humble. He don't try to say, I'm Bishop Edgar Shaw. But he's Bishop Edgar Shaw. You know, so we thank you for taking time to be with us. And being at the retreat, it just added something to it. Thank you so much.
Sure.
All right, have
Great
a good
pleasure.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see you on the next one.